What's going on, guys? This is Duane with How to Build Credit TV, and in this live stream I want to talk to you about how to build credit from scratch. I was thinking the other day, probably yesterday and or recently, about my son. He's turning 18 years old, and of course I'm going to be building his credit from scratch. So I thought maybe I should make a video or a live stream talking about how to build credit from scratch. And this is not necessarily only about building your credit from scratch. It could also be about how to build or repair or fix your credit. So I decided to make a video talking about that, and I'm going to talk about 3 ways that you can build your credit from scratch. But hey, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to this channel because I talk about how to build credit, how to I talk about credit cards, and how to make money using credit cards. So I totally butchered that, but be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. This is a live stream, so if you're watching this back on the replay, understand that this is a live stream. I normally do live streams every Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Time, so you can definitely check out How to Build Credit TV live streams on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central. Every now and then I will be doing some lunchtime live stream, which is what this one is. So like I said, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to build credit from scratch. And it can be a lot easier if you're building your credit from scratch. Now, of course, you have to be 18 years old to get a credit card. So this will apply to a wide range of people. So whether you're 18 years old or you're older and you haven't started building your credit at all, and now for some reason you're on YouTube researching how to build your credit from scratch, this video is going to be very helpful. So I'm going to actually talk about a couple of ways that you're going to be able to build your credit from scratch. So like I said, my son's going to be 18 pretty soon here, and I'm excited about building his credit from scratch because it's a lot easier to build it from scratch once you understand how credit works, how your score is comprised. It's a lot easier to navigate that. It's almost like when you're in school and they tell you that like everybody starts with an A. Your grade starts at 100, which is not true because you really don't start at 100. You don't have any grades, right? But when you're building your credit from scratch or starting from scratch, it's a lot easier to start off on the right foot and to have a good credit score from the very start. Now, of course, you can ruin your credit by being irresponsible, but like I said, I wanted to go ahead and talk about that. So one of the first things that you want to do if you're interested in building your credit from scratch is, you definitely want to consider getting a credit card. Now, if you're 18 years old and you have nobody's job and you're a student in college, or let's just say you're not even a student and you don't even have a job, you can start by getting a secured credit card. There's a couple of ways you can get secured credit cards. A secured credit card is basically a card that you have to deposit money into a bank account, and you normally get this deposit back after your credit card is promoted or upgraded to an unsecured credit card, which is just a regular credit card. But if you're a college student, there are times that on college campuses they offer credit card applications. Of course, they want to get you right out the gate. They want to get you to get credit so that you can spend your life paying them back or spend some time making bad choices, which will end up having you paying back on credit cards for a while. So getting a secured card is a good way to kind of start to build credit from scratch. Even if you already have credit and let's say it's not good, or you're trying to rebuild it, or you're just trying to establish a relationship with a bank or credit card company that you're interested in, a secured credit card is a good way to do that as well. And there are a lot of different secured cards out there. My advice is to get a secured card from a bank that will promote that secured card to an unsecured card. So there are a couple of secured cards out there that don't offer you the ability to be promoted to an unsecured card. Those cards aren't bad, but what's going to end up happening is you're going to have to probably close that account at some point, especially if you're paying an annual fee for that particular secured card. And so it's almost like, why even bother, to be honest, to get that particular secured card. So I got a bunch of secured cards kind of pulled up real quickly here on my browser. So I'm going to go ahead and share my browser with you guys so you guys can kind of see that, just because I think it's really cool. So right off the bat, I was Googling like how secured cards on Google, and this one popped up. Of course, this is Capital One, where you could check to see if you're pre-qualified. Now, this is actually kind of cool, especially if you're older than 18, you have, a job and you have an income. You can come to this website on Capital One website to see if you're pre-qualified for any of their cards. This will not hurt or affect your score. If you don't have a score because you're starting from scratch, then it's definitely not a big deal. But they definitely have a way for you to check to see if you qualify for any of their cards. Discover card also has a way for you to check. This is a Discover It's Secure card. You can check to see if you're pre-qualified for any cards from Discover, and if you're not, they may tell you that you qualify for the secured card. So there's a bunch of secure cards that I have here. I have Navy Federal up because Navy Federal Credit Union is really, really good. But you do have to have some kind of military affiliation, or at least know someone that is a part of the military, that is a relative of yours. It could even be a stepbrother or sister. Of course, it could be a sibling, it could be wife, it could be just a family member, basically, that's affiliated with the military for you to get in with Navy Federal. So I have Navy Federal, I have Capital One up here. They do have a secured card, but the Capital One secured card does not graduate to an unsecured card. So I don't know that I would worry about getting that particular secure card. However, you could come to the Capital One website to see if you're pre-qualified. Navy Federal does offer you the ability to see if you're pre-qualified, but you have to have an account with Navy Federal. And then, of course, once you have the account, you can click on credit cards and you can see if you're pre-qualified. Let me see if it's on this page here. I think it might be. Let's see. No, it's not here. But I'm pretty sure it is here, though. Let me see if I can find it for you guys real quickly. Let me click on credit cards and see if it will bring me to a place where we can see if you're pre-qualified. Scrolling down, here we go. So it says, do you pre-qualify? So you can click on pre-qualify me to see, once again, what cards you pre-qualify for. Another bank that you can go with as far as a secure card is concerned is Bank of America. This is a really decent secure card. They just came out with this one, and this is the Bank of America Cash Rewards secured card. This one is pretty cool because it does give you the ability to earn cash back. As you guys can see here, this is a secured card, and it says 3% back in the category of your choice: gas, online shopping, dining, travel, drugstore, or home improvements, furnishings. Then 2% back on grocery stores and wholesale clubs, 1% back on all purchases. Now, that's actually really good. This is a solid card. So if you already have a relationship with Bank of America, it would be easy for you to get a secure card with them. As a matter of fact, that would be another way that you can kind of build your credit from scratch. Is you can go from the bank that you already have a relationship with. If you don't already have a bank account, then of course you can get a bank account with a bank or credit card company that you want to have a relationship with, and then go about getting the secure card that way. So there's also another secure card here with Citibank. Citibank is pretty all right. You can get a secure card through them. So when you're trying to build your credit from scratch, it doesn't necessarily matter who you get the secure card with. But if you are going to go the secure card route, I would highly encourage you to go and get a secure card, once again, from a bank that promotes or upgrades you from the secured to an unsecured card. So normally you're going to get your deposit back once your account is promoted from the secured card to an unsecured card. So the second way that you can build your credit from scratch, and I kind of alluded to this a moment ago, is to basically have a relationship with a bank and kind of go that route. So I know that if I have a relationship with Chase, it's going to make sense for me to try to get a relationship, not get a relationship, but try to get a card through Chase. And this is a very, very easy way for you to kind of start building your credit. If you have a good history, a good banking history with your bank, and your bank offers credit cards, this would be a very good way to kind of get your foot in the door and kind of start to build your credit. If you're 18, or let's say 18 or not younger, but 18 and older, and you're trying to build your credit from scratch, this is a very, very effective way to get your credit score very high very quickly. The most important things when it comes to building your credit from scratch, or even just improving your credit score, or having your credit go from 0 to 768 or 778 literally in a couple of months, the most important things that you need to do is you need to pay off your credit card. I would say pay off your credit card and always pay on time. Those two things are going to make your credit score skyrocket. So when it comes to your credit score, of course, there's 5 different categories that a lot of people may not know, especially if you're building from scratch. You don't necessarily know what those categories are, but the 2 parts of the credit score that's really important is your payment history and your credit card utilization. Your credit card utilization is simply how much of your credit you're using. So if you're building from scratch, let's say you're opening a secured card and you only have a $500 limit because you deposited $500, which you're going to get back after they promote you to an unsecured card. And if you're using, $250, if your balance is $250, then your utilization will be 50%. And that's going to affect your score pretty heavily because you'll be using 50% of your utilization. Now, that's why I said you should pay off your cards, because if you pay them off, or at least keep the balance between 0% and 10%, so if you had a $500 credit limit, 0% would be $0 and 10% would be $50. Your credit score would be as high as possible. So it's very easy if you're just getting started and you're literally building from scratch to get a card, whether it's a secured card or whether it's a card that you're going to get because you already have a relationship with a bank. That is a very, very easy way to get your credit in the right place, especially if you're starting from scratch. Another way that your score can be benefited is to be an authorized user on someone's credit card that is responsible. So for my kids, and I've said this before, my daughter has been an authorized user on my credit cards, 2 of them since she was 14, my son since he was 16. So this can be very, very powerful because it can help them build or establish a little bit of credit even before they apply for their very own credit card when they're 18. Now, if you're older than 18, that doesn't matter. You can still try these exact same strategies that I'm talking about, right? So you can get a secured card, you can get a credit card through a bank that you have a really good relationship with already. And the reason why I'm suggesting the secured card is because the secured card is one of the easiest ways to kind of ensure that you're going to be approved for that particular card. Sometimes when you have no credit at all and you want to just go ahead and start with a bigger bank or bigger credit card company, you want to get your Chase cards, you want to get your American Express cards right off the bat, you might apply and not get approved. And of course, that's going to hurt your feelings. So that's why I lead with the secured card, or that's why I lead with having a relationship with a bank first, and then maybe going through that bank to get the credit card. When I say a relationship with a bank, I'm talking about minimum 6 months relationship with the bank, okay? And then getting a credit card. Now, in that 6 months that you have the relationship with the bank, if you have at least $200 or $300, you could still get a secured card with another bank or credit card company that you do want to have business with in the future. So in those 6 months that you're waiting to establish that decent relationship with the bank, you don't have to sit on your hands. You can just, if you have $200 or $300, you can open a secured card elsewhere. And then even 6 months later, right, you could still apply for a credit card with that particular bank. So there are a lot of secured cards out there. There are a lot of banks that you can get a relationship with. There's too many for me to mention, okay? As long as it makes sense to you, as long as that particular bank or credit card promotes from the unsecured to a secured, from the secured to an unsecured, then you definitely want to make sure that you exploit that. It will be to your benefit. And once again, I did mention the fact that you can become an authorized user on somebody's credit cards, right? So like if, like I said, with me, I have several credit cards and I've added my daughter and my son as an authorized user on my card. So doing that will create a relationship. Like I know that they're on one of my American Express cards. It created a relationship from when my daughter was 14 and from when my son was 16. So I wouldn't even be surprised if literally when my son turns 18, I could just apply for an American Express card and he might be able to get approved. But before applying for those cards, if there's a way for you to check to see if you're pre-qualified, I would go that route. So the same thing with my son. And instead of just applying for the American Express card because he's been an authorized user for almost 2 years now, instead of doing that, I would definitely go to the site first, see if he's pre-qualified, and then consider pulling the trigger on that. Okay, so the authorized user route is going to be good because this will benefit your credit score, especially once again if you're starting from scratch. As a matter of fact, let me know what your experiences are in regards to building your credit from scratch. Let me know if you have any experience in that way. Just let me know. Type it in the comments. I'm kind of curious to see what other people's experiences are or what your thought is when it comes to building credit from scratch or just building credit in general. The things that I've talked about in regards to building credit, these are things that I've done myself, okay, and I've implemented, and it works, and it's going to work always and forever. It's like knowing that 2 + 2 is always going to be 4, no matter what you do. No matter what you do, this strategy of getting a secured card or maybe getting a relationship with a bank, and then 8 months later, especially if you're starting from scratch, trying to get a credit card from that particular bank, like this will work. Being an authorized user on someone's card that is responsible and that has low utilization, this will benefit your credit score, and your score will literally go from 0 if you have no credit at all to over 700 easily. Okay, especially once again if you're starting from scratch. Now your score will fluctuate when your credit card utilization fluctuates. So once again, if you're starting from scratch and you only have one credit card, you opened a secured card with a $300 deposit. Of course, if your balance is $150 on the $300 credit card that you have, you're going to be using 50% of your overall credit balance, right? Your utilization will be 50%. Your score is going to be lower when your utilization is 50% versus if your balance was 0 or if your balance was $3. Okay, so your score will be a lot higher if your balance is 0, and so that's why I say it's important to pay off your credit card bill. So as long as you know this, you don't have to freak out. You don't have to freak out like, oh my God, why is my score so much lower now? Well, your score is lower because you only have a $300 balance and a $300 credit limit, and currently your balance is $295. You know what I mean? Like you're almost at 100% of your utilization. So once you get more credit cards and more available credit limit, it makes it a lot easier to keep your utilization down. If you had $10,000 of available credit, whether it's on one credit card or across 5 cards, if the limit, if the total of the different credit card limits is $10,000, then if you have a balance of $295, all of a sudden your utilization is not going to be 90% or higher. All right, your utilization is going to be less than 10% because you have $10,000 of available credit. So there's a couple of things at play when it comes to that, but this is the most awesome community when it comes to being able to get plugged in and ask questions and get your questions answered in regards to your credit, whether you're starting from total scratch or whether you're trying to build it, fix it, repair it, whatever you want to say. This is a good place to be. So once again, let me know what your experiences are in regards to building credit from scratch or even just building your credit, period. All right. I'm going to jump into the comments here and say what's up to you guys. Thank you guys for being patient and watching me do that portion of the content portion of this live stream. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up in this video yet, please smash the thumbs up. It helps tremendously, and your boy needs all the help I can possibly get. We have high hopes and goals for this channel. The more subscribers this channel gets, the more important and valuable that YouTube will see this channel, and it will push it in front of more people so that they can get free help and free information and free knowledge when it comes to credit cards, and how to make money using credit cards, which is kind of my favorite. I love making money from using credit cards, just making purchases that I have to make anyway. All right, let me jump on into the stream here. Diamond, thank you so much for stopping by. It says, I'm first comment today. Yeah, you made it. Mohammed, what's going on, my man? It's a pleasure to have you again in the building. Mrs. Sexine 2211 or 211, I cannot read. 210, thank you for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. I don't remember seeing you here before, so thanks for stopping by. Brandon says, I applied for A Visa Applied Bank unsecured credit card and got approved. It came in 5 days ago by FedEx. Awesome. Congratulations, Brandon. And thanks for taking the time to share your experience here. Once again, that's what I like about this community is people are sharing their stories, whether it's a negative experience or a victory, a positive experience. So thanks, Brandon. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Diamond says, I accepted a job offer today. I can get the horn for the one time. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, absolutely, Diamond. Congratulations to you. I know that's important to get that offer. You know what I'm saying? So you feel good about it. Let me look. I'm trying to find it because I haven't even used the horn in so long. I don't even know where it is now. Let me. What am I doing? Oh, here we go. Sound effects. Golly, that was painful. Here we go. Let me hit that horn. Congratulations. That is really, really cool. Thank you for sharing that information here. I really appreciate that. I know that's got to be exciting. Cinemadness says, hey, Duane, you're back again in my Duane intro voice. I wish I could have stayed for the past 2 streams all the way through. I'm about to go on a hike nearby my apartment. I'll watch this stream later. Cool, man. Enjoy that hike, bro. Hopefully it's not too hot outside. For me today, going to the gym was a little tricky. So I've been to the gym every day this week except for Monday. So the last 4 days straight. And I wasn't going to go. Last night I was playing tennis with my cousin and I was tired. And I had worked out yesterday morning. I think I did like 45 minutes at the gym. And today I was just like, you know what? Just go. Just do 30 minutes. You know, just go. Just do something. So enjoy your hike. Hopefully that'll go well for you. And that's the thing, guys. Like, you know, it's not about like how great or how much of something you do. You know, sometimes it's just about just doing a little something, you know what I'm saying? So even in regards to your credit, just being here and being plugged into the community, you're doing a little something. You're being conscious. You're keeping it at the forefront of your mind. And that's always a good recipe for success. Big Doggy says, good morning, Duane. Doing videos early. I'm in Honolulu and at work. Continue doing what you doing and thanks for everything. Cool, man. I appreciate you taking the time to stop by. You guys are like 5 hours behind me, I think, in Houston. So it is 7 something in the morning for you. I think it's 12:20 something here. So I really appreciate you stopping by, man. Hey, Seuss, what's going on, my man? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Says, what's your opinion on the Bank of America secured credit card? If you're talking about the Bank of America cash reward secured credit card, I think it is a very solid card. This one right here on the screen. This is a very, 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 very solid card. I like it quite a bit. Bank of America has some decent cards. I had the Bank of America cash rewards card, which is basically this card here, just the secured version of it. I think it's a solid card. I mean, for a secured card, it's given some pretty, you know, quality stuff. Of course, you can have a secure deposit from $300 up to $4,900. So that's good. And then, of course, there's information here about, you know, accessing your FICO score. One of the things that I love is the fact that there's no annual fee. No annual fee for the secured card. So that's really, really dope. There are a couple of secured cards out there that don't have annual fee. The Discover It doesn't have an annual fee. The Citibank secured card does not have an annual fee. Navy Federal Credit Union does not have an annual fee. I think TD Bank, I don't remember. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself now, but there are a couple of secured cards out there that does not have an annual fee. So I definitely like this card a lot. I think it's very, very solid. Mr. Nguyen, what's going on, my man? Thanks for stopping by the channel. It's a pleasure to have you in the house again. And happy Friday to you too, my man. Mel says, Duane checking in at work. We'll watch the replay. Cool. Appreciate you taking the time to stop by and drop that comment there. Hopefully you guys have smashed the like button in this video. We got 60 people in the house watching. Like I said, I really want to try to be a little more consistent with these lunchtime live streams. And the reason why I keep asking people to smash the button, the like button, is because I really want YouTube to value the content that's being put out and put the content in front of more people. I definitely want to be one of the voices out there as far as YouTube is concerned, to give good quality content, free content, right? Like it's nothing, it doesn't cost you guys anything except for your time to watch the videos and then watch the ads on YouTube. You know, I do make fractions of a penny for each ad or each view that I get. So yeah, I mean, hopefully, YouTube will start to kind of really promote me and push this channel out there, like I said, for the free content in front of people. And if you guys use some of the things that I talk about, you know what I mean? Like, see if what I'm talking about makes sense. If you guys do what it is I'm talking about, for sure you're going to experience positive things in regards to your credit and credit score. Mr. Patel, what's going on, bro? Says, what's up, D? Glad to be back in the live stream after a mini hiatus. Hope you are well. Update on the car situation we had spoke about. I went a different avenue and bought a really? Wow, dang, bro, you doing it like that? You big time with it, huh, man? Yeah, I think we were talking about you were considering getting an Acura. I know that you were, we were talking about an Acura. I think we talked about a Honda as well. But so you went all the way up. Hashtag, or should I say, hashtag gas note. Yeah, man, you got that gas note all right. But hey, a 2018 Lexus, I'm sure. Is it IS 300 or is it LX? I feel like it's LX, right? But I don't know. Now I got to look it up. Let me see. I don't know what it looks like. I'm just curious. I'm so curious. 2018. Let me see. I see you, man. That's still cool though. I mean, you're doing it real BIG. Okay. I see you here, my brother. All right. Okay, sweet. No, dude, that's a clean car. Yeah, I think one of my coworkers has this car, and this car is nice, real nice. So yeah, congratulations to you, man. Like you said, you got that gas note. Well, this is the 2020 right here. We don't want to see the 2020, but that's dope. That is dope, man. I'm glad you went ahead and got that. At least you got what you wanted, which is kind of important. Sometimes it's absolutely okay to treat yourself. I think I'm learning that lesson little by little, because I could be a stickler for saving my money and foregoing certain experiences because I'm always trying to keep money in the bank or put money in the bank. I love to see my bank account grow. That's for sure. John, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Pleasure to have you in the building. Jesus says, does the Bank of America secure rewards unsecure eventually? Yes, sir, it does. Of course, I've heard a lot of different stories in regards to some of these secured cards. My thing is, don't put more than $500 towards a secured card. Because if you don't want your $500 tied up for a long time, you don't want to put more than $500 on a secured card. So it's funny that I'm saying that, because I was thinking about I'm definitely going to open a secure card with Navy Federal for my son. I'm going to do a minimum of $500, but today I was like, maybe I should do $1,000, which I really shouldn't. But depending on his income and whatnot, I was like, well, maybe I should do $1,000. So we'll see. But $500 is a decent amount, because if that money is tied up for like 16 months, you know what I mean? Like if it takes 16 months to get promoted, because sometimes it's like that, it bees like that. Yeah, I would say 500 is the most that anybody needs to put down. Good words of wisdom, Duane. Pay on time and pay it off. It's easier to maintain a relationship with a lender than to rebuild it. Absolutely. And I can't tell you how excited I am for my kids. I'm excited for my son. I'm like, dude, what I'm saying, we need to get your credit right so you can get these points. I'm probably going to help him with some of these minimum spends once he gets like decent cards where he's gonna get like a bunch of points. Like if he gets American Express cards and there's like awesome sign up bonuses and stuff like that, I'm super excited to get him started because that's my boy. I want to make sure he does it right. Hey Jamal, thank you so much for that $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time and joining the live stream as well. Thank you so much for that $4.99 super chat. Hey, if you haven't smashed the like button in this video, please smash that like button for your boy. All right, let me scroll back up here. Mr. Patel says put down $5K, but then made a $15,000 payment on the loan 1 week later. Cool. I think that's dope, man. Like I said, I remember we were talking about like down payment and what to do. But I'm sure that is that's a nice car, bro. Like I said, I think my coworker, I don't know if he had that same exact car, but it looks very similar and it was clean. And I was like, I need to get out of his car because I'm not trying to do this. You know what I mean? But I do know for a fact that it feels good to have something that's nice and something that you want to have. So, you know, much respect to you. I'm sure you're loving it. Are you putting premium gas in that mug? You know what I'm saying? Are you putting premium gas in there? I know you're only supposed to put premium gas in there. So how is that going? I think you live in California with them premium gas prices for the premium gas. Zion, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Guys, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Once again, that's the purpose of these live streams. And if you're new to the channel, you definitely want to make sure you get in there, ask your questions. This is a very safe place. You know, we are all at different levels when it comes to our knowledge about different things. So don't feel afraid or ashamed to ask a question. Alicia says, I got approved for the Amazon Prime Visa card. I tried to apply by using the pre-qualification, and it said that they cannot see if I'm approved because I'm showing up as opt-in. How do I change it? Wait, it seems like you got approved, but you're asking me how to change it. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking, but maybe try going through a private browser. And see if that works. So as you guys are coming into the live stream, because I know that I see that there's some more people watching the stream. If you're new to the channel, my name is Duane with How to Build Credit TV, and we talk about credit cards, and how to make money using credit cards. So be sure to subscribe. But more importantly, if you have questions about credit, this is a great place and time to ask it. So don't be afraid to ask those questions, and consider smashing the thumbs up in this video. Claude, what's going on, bro? Says the consensus is 2 secured cards and 2 personal trade lines worth $5,000 each. Keep utilization low, between 1% and 2%. Then just be patient and let your credit cook for a couple of months. Yes, sir. That's absolutely correct. Especially, once again, if you're starting from scratch. If you're starting from scratch, this is the biggest confidence boost there is out there. Literally, your credit score, which is non-existent, can be over 700 in 6 months, easily, hands down, doing the right thing. And the right thing is pretty much what you just suggested. Of course, you don't necessarily need 2 or more credit cards or secured cards. You could just do it with 1. But if you don't have the information, which is the purpose of these live streams and this channel, then of course you're not going to know how to maximize. But you said it, man. Keep the utilization between 1% and 2%. You know, or even 0%. When it comes to utilization, it's not something you should worry about. Just know that the higher your balance is on your credit card, especially if you only have 1 card, the lower your score is going to be, right? Because your utilization will be higher. I mean, it's pretty much that simple. Tanya, thank you so much for stopping by. It says, hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Claude, by the way, it's a pleasure to see you in the house. I don't remember seeing you here before, so thanks for taking the time to make that comment. Brandon says, I have a good experience building my credit with Self and Kickoff U.S. Bank personal loan. Awesome. Awesome, Brandon. Thank you for taking the time to share that information. Sweet. I mean, we got 82 people watching this live stream, and I'm loving it. Make sure you smash the thumbs up in this video so YouTube can promote this and push this out in front of more viewers. Ulysses says, thanks for the good knowledge. Yes, sir. Thanks for coming back to another live stream. It's always a pleasure to have returning viewers in the house. Kenneth says, at work, watching again. Cool, Kenneth, man, I appreciate you, bro. Okay, yeah, I remember reading a comment from you the other day, probably yesterday. So he says, yes, I finally made it to a stream. Cool. I'm so happy that clearly you got the notification and you made it in the building. It's a pleasure to have you. JP says, D, God, gonna continue blessing you and your wonderful family. This is JP. Thanks, JP. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for dropping that positivity. I appreciate that. Mr. Crook, or is it Miss Crook? Capital One canceled my loan they gave me after I failed to cash the check in time. This is after I made payments on this loan. Can they do this? Oh man, that is tricky. I can't say that this is something that I'm familiar with, so I guess they can do it since they did it, but at the same time, it doesn't make a lot of sense. All I can say is maybe continue to contact them and continue to fight. I wish I had more, information to give you, but I do not. T Lemon says, hey, Duane, can you organize a credit retreat for your followers once all this quarantine stuff is over? We need that island sun. That's funny, a credit retreat. That would be really interesting to kind of mingle with some of you guys live. I mean, in general, your boy is an insanely private person, which is very interesting because even though I'm private, I still have put myself out here enough on YouTube, and of course there's boundaries that I have set in place, but yeah, I don't know. A credit retreat, for followers, Maybe 2 of y'all would show up. And then where would it be? I know you're not talking about Jamaica, talking about some of that island sun. I don't know. That would be kind of cool. It would actually be really cool, not only to have it just be with me and some of the subscribers, but like with me and other YouTubers. That would be even more epic. Danny, thank you for stopping by. Says, I hurt my finger smashing the like button. You got this. Danny, thank you so much. Definitely don't remember seeing you. Certainly not this profile picture. So thanks for stopping by and smashing that thumbs up and hurting your finger. That's funny. John says, smash that like button. Yes, sir. Deborah, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Deborah says, hey, Duane, I want to get another truck. I haven't had a car note in 10 years. I do want to get another truck before I retire, and I have it in my brain to do it, but I'm scared. Well, I mean, there's nothing to be scared about. I'm assuming your credit situation is good, as long as you're committed to paying that truck note. Trucks are not cheap, and these notes are definitely not cheap. The most expensive car note I've ever had was back in 2007. Thank you for smashing that thumbs up, whoever that did that. I appreciate you. Keep smashing the thumbs up. Back in 2007, had a Acura TL. I like that car quite a bit. And the car note was $558, I think. $558. So yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm good on those expensive car notes. But if it's something you want, and if it makes sense to you, and if it's going to bring you happiness, then go for it. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. Get in there. D. Anderson, what's going on? My man says, running my Medicare reports to all the brethren and sistren. Peace to all the brethren and sistren. Yo, thanks for stopping by, D. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Guys, be sure to go by D. Anderson's channel and subscribe. He does videos on YouTube. And dude, I feel like you better have over 1,000 subs by now. I know you were like at 995 the other day that I checked. I'm checking again right now just because I'm curious to see where you at. Okay, good. You're over 1,000. Sweet. That's awesome, man. Yeah, be sure to go to his channel and subscribe. That would be really, really cool. Let me jump back over here to this screen. John says, my credit score has went up since using your techniques. Congratulations. Thanks for taking the time to drop that positivity into this channel and community. Francisco, what's going on, bro? Says, what's up, Duane? Destroy the like button, family. Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to have you in the building, man. Jamal says, sup, Duane and credit building family, back again. Usually miss your live stream, but I'm here today. Don't sleep on Rakuten Visa and American Express combo. You will rake in some serious points. First of all, thank you again for that $4.99 super chat, and thank you for dropping that gem in regards to Rakuten. There is a referral link below if you guys are interested in getting Rakuten. It's basically a way that you can earn cash back on all of your purchases, especially if you're shopping online. Rakuten has a bunch of different relationships with a bunch of different stores, and you can get anywhere from 2% up to 10-20% back by going through the Rakuten website, as well as whatever points that you're going to earn using whatever credit card that you're going to use. If you're earning points with a point back credit card, point back. Now I'm gonna make that's my word now. Point back, like cash back. Yeah, if you're making points or cash back with a credit card, you'll still get that, but you also get it with Rakuten as well. And you can choose to be paid via PayPal, a check in the mail, or you can have your Rakuten cashback or points be sent to your American Express account, and it could be membership reward points. So this would be a really, really cool way to get cashback or points on things that you don't necessarily get by just using your credit card. So thanks for dropping that nugget, Jamal. Once again, it's a pleasure to have you in the house. And thank you again for that $4.99 super chat. Franz, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you in a bit. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat, my brother. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Says, what's up, Duane? I'm at 624 right now. Chase is offering me a few credit cards offer just for you. In the just for you, I'm afraid to apply. I might get denied. What do you think? I already have Freedom Unlimited and Chase Sapphire Preferred. First of all, thanks again for that super chat, but you already got the Freedom Unlimited and the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which are both really, really solid cards. So what kind of cards are they offering you now? You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, you know, depending on what the card is, you can sit still. But if you really want to get it, you know, I think it's okay to go through the just for me offer like you're talking about, whether it's on the app or online. I think it's okay to go through that. Don't be afraid to do that if you really, really want it, you know. And what card is it? I'm just kind of curious what card it is. And of course, I'll get back to your answer after I get through all these comments here. Let me scroll back up. But thanks again for that $10 super chat, bro. I appreciate you. I hope you guys are doing insanely well on this Friday. I'm having a good time. John says revolving credit is the goal. Yes, sir. I hear you on that. I hear you on that. Mr. Patel says, thank you, sir. I love it. Yes, it's a 2.0 liter engine, which gets around 28 to 30 miles per gallon. So it's not terrible, but it runs on premium. Yes, it does. That's one of the things that's very interesting. I mean, like, it's awesome to have these cars that are nice. And you know, I think I'm happy that I'm in a place where I am not worried about, you know, having a really nice car. But that's just where I am at this moment. You know, like it's very easy if you're interested in something to kind of be caught up in that and get caught up in that moment. And it would take nothing for me to, if I was looking at like cars online, for me to be like, yo, this is nice. You know what I mean? I've never owned a Lexus, right? So it's like a Toyota. You know, it's the same builder, but the premium version of a Toyota. So, yeah, I'm sure it'd be nice. It'd be nice for me to be driving a 5 Series BMW also, you know what I mean? But I'd probably get the Lexus over the BMW just because, you know, it's a Toyota joint. And Lexus is expensive just like BMW is as well. But I would probably trust the Lexus. So I hear you, man. I'm excited for you. That is freaking dope. Devin, what's going on, man? Says, what's up? God bless you. Thanks, Devin. I appreciate you stopping by the stream. Pleasure to have you in the building. Let me see here. Johnny Blocks says, is okay to max your card out multiple times if you pay it off before the statement date? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with maxing out your card. There's absolutely nothing wrong. As long as you know, like I said, you understand and you know exactly what it is. You're very aware of the fact that, you know, the higher your utilization is, the lower your score is going to be. But that doesn't mean anything. You know, if I know that I'm going to be applying for credit, I want to make sure that my utilization is as low as possible because I know that's going to make my score as high as possible. Another thing is that, like, when your utilization is low, let's say you use Credit Karma, right? And Credit Karma updates every 7 days. You can't always trust what Credit Karma is telling you because that snapshot is taken every 7 days. Whereas your actual FICO score, only updates, let's say once a month, right? So if your credit utilization goes to 0% and Credit Karma says it's at 0%, it may not be 0% on your actual FICO score because it hasn't updated yet for that month. So that's something to be careful about. So if you're going to have high utilization and pay it down, just know that you may have to wait a month or two for it to reflect on your FICO score before applying for something else. But yeah, I would say that that's a good strategy. And it's certainly a good strategy to, you know, max out your card so that you're showing the credit card company that, like, you know, maybe you need some more credit and maybe they should give you a higher credit limit. And this is a good way for them to do that. So absolutely. John says the statement date and due date are the most important parts of your credit card. Yes, sir. Agreed. 1000%. Ronald, what's going on, man? Says good afternoon from Philly. How's everybody? I'm doing well. Hopefully everyone here is doing well. It's Friday. I can't complain. I'm living the dream. It's Friday. I worked out today. I'm doing a live stream, conversing with you guys, you know, the How to Build Credit TV family and whoever the newcomers are coming in and whoever the new subscribers will be coming in. So I'm doing really good and it's going to be a good weekend for sure. John says, just be careful with that, mention though that you don't run into problems and not be able to pay it down when it's time to pay them back. Yeah, so when it comes to your credit and using the credit card, I mean, my advice is to just pay off the balance every couple of days. So if you're gonna be using your credit card like a debit card, then if I were you, I would use it, wait 2 days for it to post to my account and just pay it off. That way you get the money out of the bank. You're not waiting to only make the payment once a month, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you wait to make the payment once a month and something pops up that's more important than paying your credit card bill, clearly you're going to do whatever is more important and do a minimum payment on your credit card bill. So I would just say maybe pay your credit card bill once a week, twice a week if you're a nerd like me sometimes. But that's good practice instead of waiting 30 days. Walter, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. Walter says, pleasant surprise, early live stream. Yes, sir. Hip to the dip. Thanks for stopping by. Haven't seen you in a while. Says Capital One is a booger. They are absolutely the worst. I don't necessarily disagree. I know that they can be the worst, but at the same time, they have been the best for me personally because they extended credit to me. Even when I already had a credit card with them and I butchered that relationship, they still sent me like pre-approval offers in the mail. And it was a very short time, maybe like 2 years after I had just ruined a relationship with them. So I don't disagree. They can be the worst, but at the same time, if they're the only one giving people an opportunity for certain things, credit cards or even car approval for like a loan, which Capital One was who I had my car loan with, they were the greatest for me at that particular time. So I hear you on that. Child of God says went from $594 to $684 since May. Discovered it in Capital One and Navy Federal and Rewards because of your recommendations, and I'm on my way to 700. Thanks, bro. Hey, thank you for taking the time to make a comment, and congratulations for doing that work. I love it when people take me up on what I'm talking about. That's why, once again, this community is so important and beneficial. You know what I mean? Like literally the information is free. So smash that thumbs up so we can get some more information in front of people and it can benefit them as well. Big C, what's going on, my man? It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Walter says, hell yeah, Jamaica sounds good. Yeah, you're talking about for that credit retreat. Yeah, it would be beyond interesting. And it's kind of funny because it would be getting people out of their ordinary life. And, Jamaica's not a bad place to be, certainly. So, man, that would be super duper dope if we could pull that off. Have a bunch of credit card YouTubers connect and their subscribers connect as well, and we just kick it. I don't know who's going to organize that, but maybe if we keep talking about it, it may get closer to happening. John says he's giving away golden nuggets for free. Yes, sir. That is the goal. That's the plan. Hip to the Dip says words to live by. Dude, I can't read. From the minority mindset, if you can't afford to buy 5 with cash, then you can't afford 1. Okay, facts. There enough. I agree. Jorge, what's going on? Jorge says my FICO is now 660. Watching your videos has helped a whole lot. Do you think it's safe now to upgrade? My Bank of America secured card I've had for 18 months. At 13 months, they denied me and my FICO score was 620. Listen, here's the deal with the secured card, right? So I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier. It sucks. I mean, there are some nightmares out there as far as people that have had a secured card for 2 years. The good news is you will eventually be promoted to an unsecured card. And especially if the secured card doesn't have an annual fee, which if you've had it for 18 months, your secured card probably does have an annual fee. I think Bank of America had a secured card with a $25 annual fee or something like that. But just try to be patient, man. I mean, you've already, done the time. You had it for a year and a half. Just try to be patient and ride it out. I know it's kind of tough. Larry, what's good, bro? Says, what a good bank to start a business secured credit card with if I can't get into no military help. Wells Fargo does have a business secured card that you can get into. I think Compass Bank offers a business secured card as well. Of course, you can just Google business secured cards and you'll see. But those two I know off the top of my head does offer a business secured card. So you may want to just go that route. Big Brother in Life says, can you put his channel in the description? I guess you're talking about D Anderson's channel. He can slap his link in the description. So D, you can throw that up in the description. You can just go to Google, not Google, YouTube, and type in D Anderson, and his channel will pop up for you guys. Let's see here. Jay's Way, thanks for stopping by the stream. It's a pleasure to have you in the building again. Big Brother in Life says, first time on your channel, do you offer credit repair? I do not offer credit repair. I offer credit repair in the way of free advice such as this and the videos that I have on my channel and these live streams. But other than that, I don't personally charge people to repair their credit. The information that I give is free. Of course, I do offer people the ability to be an authorized user on my credit card, which can and does help them with their credit score. But as far as like the real repair and getting off derogatory marks and inquiries and stuff like that, I don't do any of that, unfortunately. Put it on the table says, I have a 656 credit score. And you want to get a new truck, 75,000 out of the dealership. What kind of credit and down payment do I need? Man, I think it's a matter of what your times table looks like. If you have some patience and you want to put yourself in the best position to kind of increase your credit score from the 656, you may want to try to get a relationship with a credit union. If you can't get a relationship with Navy Federal Credit Union, but there are other credit unions that you can have a relationship with, I would say kind of go that route. And if you can build that relationship for like 6 to 8 months, hopefully in that time, your credit score will get better. I don't know exactly what your credit score looks like, so it's hard to give you some absolute advice in regards to that. But you definitely want to see if you can get your credit in a better place. If you can get in with Navy Federal Credit Union, that would be really, really good because they're really generous in giving loans and also giving you a good rate as well. So for that 656 credit score that you have, you may have a hard time getting a decent credit rate, a decent APR interest rate on your loan. If somebody extends a loan to you, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg as far as your interest, like 10% or higher. And that's really, really bad, to be honest with you. So it's a matter of what your times table is. If you have the time and patience to get your score to a better place, that's what I would suggest. But if you don't, and you just, want to get, the truck or car or whatever, because you need it as soon as possible, then you're going to be in a worse position because you're going to get a loan with a bad interest rate. If that happens, though, you could always try to refinance a year or two down the road once your credit score is in a better place and you have a better relationship with, a bank or a credit union that will give you a lower interest rate on a loan. You could always refinance that way. John says, whoever wants good credit, smash that like button. John, I appreciate that, man. Words of wisdom. I appreciate that. Yes, this is a great opportunity to smash the like button if you haven't already done so. Alicia says, I applied, okay, and you were talking about the Amazon, set up my account in Chase and tried to pre-qualify and got the message being opt out. How can I change it? And you mentioned that. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. All I know about that Amazon card is like kind of seeing that offer when you're in Amazon. As far as what you're talking about, Alicia, I don't know. I'm sorry. Donnie says, yo, TGIF, peace. Good brother, Lufkin, Texas, checking in. We'll be in the H-Town, Galveston tomorrow. Cool, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Lufkin is definitely down the road. I've been there a time or two. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Hopefully you'll have a good time in Houston and Galveston tomorrow. So thanks for stopping by. It's a pleasure to have you, bro. Deborah says, I've never had a car note over $200. My credit is A1. Thanks to the Almighty God. Not having a car note over $200 is really, really dope. That's beautiful. That's like the best of the best of the best. And cars are a bit tricky, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird because like you got your car note, then you have your car insurance, and then you have your gas. I mean, like, we need those things. The good news is you can pay your car insurance with your credit card, and you can pay your gas with your credit card. So you can get a little bit of money back or points depending on which credit card that you use. D. Anderson says, thanks and thank you to all that have run back into the office. To all have to run back in the office. We'll be listening in the clouds. All right, cool, man. TGIF. Respect, brother. Respect. Deepon says, my loan is with Capital One. I have 2 credit cards with them. Now this loan, but crazy thing is I have been trying to get a credit limit increase on my 2 cards for 2 years, but nothing. Maybe this loan will help my chances. I hear you. And I think Deborah said it best, that Capital One is the worst, and they're the worst, especially in this regard. You're better off going with somebody else, you know what I mean, to get a card and eventually get a credit limit increase. But at least they gave you the loan for the car. John Doe has a quick question. Says, will my credit go back up? It dropped after using half of my credit card on a big purchase, but paying back full within a month. Yes, sir, that is correct, John Doe. Your credit will go back up absolutely once you pay that back down. That is too funny. Oh snap, he says he has 2 Quicksilvers with $500 limit each, and now $22,000 loan with 15 paid already. Well, the good news is you already paid 15 off, so that's kind of good in that loan. Yeah, I don't know. Capital One is stupid. I think your energy will be better spent elsewhere and developing a relationship with somebody else. So it may not be the worst idea to get a secure card with someone else that promotes that secure card to an unsecured. But just keep, be patient, do your thing, man. S House, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by. Says, what's up? I'm late again. Nah, man, you're right on time. Just making it into the live stream alone means that you're right on time, and you had time to leave a comment, so that's cool. We have 86 people watching. Listen, guys, if you have questions, don't be afraid. Ask them right here. This is the best place to get your questions answered. There are times that I don't know the answer, so there's that, but we do have a lot of knowledgeable people in the community, so please ask your questions here in the live stream if you have any. Jason says, how can I be placed on your credit card as an AU? Jason, you can email me and include your phone number, and I'll reach out to you and we can talk about it to see if it's something that's going to benefit you, and if it's not, then I would tell you it's not. So I'm going to put my email in the chat. My email address is helpingothersprosper@gmail.com. I'm just making sure I spelled that correctly. helpingothersprosper@gmail.com. All right, cool. Put it on the table says, is Credit Karma trustworthy and accurate? It says I have a 656 now, and I had a 549 because I've been paying my collections off, but why does my FICO score say 539? Credit Karma and FICO score is 2 different things. It's 2 different scoring models, okay? Credit Karma is insanely irrelevant in some ways because your Credit Karma score is not the score that most lenders use. So I wouldn't trust Credit Karma. You can't trust it. The reason why your FICO score is different is because the FICO scoring model is different, and maybe it hasn't updated yet on that side. So Credit Karma has you, substantially higher than your FICO score, but like I said, maybe it just hasn't updated over on the FICO side. Credit Karma does update every 7 days, so they give you a decent snapshot, but once again, it hasn't updated on the FICO score side, and normally most people end up having a lower FICO score than a Credit Karma score. There are a few people, myself included, where my FICO score is always higher than my Credit Karma score. So just be patient with that. I'm sorry that you have to learn, that the Credit Karma score is a totally different scoring model. It totally sucks. There's a bunch of different models out here, and it's super confusing. But most of the times, your FICO score is what matters. France says, I'm looking at the Chase Freedom card. I was thinking to build the Chase trifecta. I mean, the Chase Freedom card's all right, bro. Something that you may want to consider, like a Chase Hotel credit card. You may want to consider the Chase United Explorer card. They have a decent sign-up bonus for that. If you have a business, you may want to consider getting like the Chase Unlimited Business Inc. card. Chase has some really good sign-up offers for their business credit cards. So just a couple of cards. I mean, the Chase Freedom, I think the Chase Freedom card is very good. I like that card better than the Chase Freedom Unlimited. That's just me personally. So I don't know if I would worry about getting the Chase Freedom, but if it makes sense to you, man, go for it. Go for it. John says, credit utilization is the one thing that you can play with and see results month to month. Yes, sir, that is correct. Your credit utilization is definitely the thing that will have your score fluctuating month after month. So you're absolutely right. We got 86 people in the stream, 76 thumbs up. If you haven't smashed a thumbs up yet, please smash the thumbs up in this video. I would greatly appreciate it. Big C says, what's the best credit score to buy a house? Dude, that's a great question. I think it depends. I think the best credit score to buy a house is whatever your score is, the highest your score could possibly be in that moment. And that's going to be different for a lot of people. When it comes to buying a house, these banks or whomever will tell you your score only needs to be a 640 or a 660 or a 680, right? And they're telling you that to kind of get your foot in the door. We know that the higher your score, the more likely that your interest on your loan will be lower, okay? However, at the same time, if you have, let's say, a credit score of 740 or 760, let's say 740. So if you have a credit score of like 740 or higher, even up to 850, those people are going to be approved for the same exact percentage. So once you get to a certain point with your credit score, if you have a prime credit score, you know, and let's say the prime credit score starts around 760 all the way to 850, all of those people are going to get the same percentage. So you're not going to walk into a bank and say, oh, my score is 825, I deserve the lowest possible APR. It's going to be from 760 up to 850. So when it comes to what the best score is to get a home loan, it's going to depend on that person, what's going on their personal credit report, how long they have to wait to kind of fix their credit or make sure that their credit is in the best possible shape before applying for that mortgage. I think one of the things that people can do to help themselves is to make sure that when you're about to get that inquiry for that, you know, loan for the mortgage, you want to make sure that your credit card utilization is at 0%, you know, or 1%, right? Because that's going to make your credit score as high as possible. So I think, you know, people need to do themselves a favor, you know, and that's why this channel and this community is important, because we talk about stuff just like this, and a lot of people just don't know that. You know, you have people that are applying for car loans and mortgages and their credit utilization is like 40%. Well, they don't know that, you know, they're going to have a higher score if their utilization is at 4% or if their utilization is at 0%. They don't necessarily know that, and that's why I keep harping on people to press the thumbs up in the videos, because you know, it's going to get this video and this channel will be promoted to more people and more viewers. One of the things that I think is very interesting is I have analytics on this channel, and the analytics basically tells me where my views come from, right? They'll tell me like what my age range is, you know, from the age of 18 to 24, so on and so forth. I have this percentage that watch from that age range, this percentage that watch. It also tells me like how many male viewers I have versus female viewers. And it also tells me where the majority of my views come from. It'll tell me that the majority of my views are coming from people that are not subscribed, which I think is always interesting. Like I'll have like 80% of my views come from people that are not subscribed to the channel, and then 20% from subscribers. And of course, the rate fluctuates all the time, right? That's why all YouTubers ask people to subscribe, because duh, it makes sense. But for me, that's how my thing is. So once again, that's why it's important for us to, especially if you're a returning viewer and you value the content and the channel, smash the thumbs up. You know, that's why I'm here. I'm here to be consistent, to show consistency, to provide consistent information. Once again, free information. So yeah. Put it on the table. Okay, I already read that one. Boss Life Trucker says, big up. Keep doing what you do, my friend. Yes, sir. Thanks for stopping by the channel and leaving that positive comment, man. Ronald says, I asked Capital One for an increase and they only gave me $100. I guess something is better than nothing. Listen, I had that same type of experience with Citibank. I had a secured card that was promoted to an unsecured. I think it was a $300 limit on the card. When I was promoted, I did not get a credit limit increase, and I did ask for one, and they gave me a $150 increase. So now, still to this day, I have a $450 credit limit on my card with Citibank. Another time, I asked for a credit limit with Discover Card on the oldest card that I have with them, which is from August 2018. And they gave me a credit limit increase of $300. So I hear you. That's crazy. Tanya says, Duane, thank you for your advice. Thank you for, okay, I can't read. It says, thank for great advice and helping all of us with your knowledge, experience regarding credit. We love your channel. Hit those likes, everyone. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate you taking the time to drop those kind words and advice in regards to hitting the like button. Donnie says, how do you feel about having my jeweler and New Coast Direct for installments on credit repair? I think that people need to just use those things as tools. They're nothing that I personally did, so it's hard to like speak accurately about it. It's a tool, and I think that, you know, everybody's journey doesn't have to look the same. I mean, as long as you're taking necessary steps to improve your credit score, and I think that those My Jeweler and New Coast Direct provides people the opportunity to take positive steps forward. I think that it's okay. I'm always going to be more aggressive and passionate about experiences that I have because I know that that's worked for me. But I think it's okay. You know, I think it's okay. I would always suggest people to go the secured card route just because I think that's, you know, legit. And then I can use my secured card to make purchases on whatever I want, as opposed to, you know, My Jeweler and New Coast Direct. Latoya says, I had Navy Federal credit card, very low limit, and I would like to increase my limit. What is the best way, in your opinion, to do so? Latoya, thank you for stopping by. I don't remember seeing you on the channel before, so it's a pleasure to have you in the building. The best advice when it comes to getting a credit limit increase is use the snot out of that credit card. Okay, use it as much as possible. So put all of your purchases. You should not be using your debit card at all. You should be using your credit card and paying off your balance maybe after 2 days of a transaction, or just paying off your balance once a week. Say, no matter what, I'm going to pay my balance every Monday. Okay, using the card a lot is going to let them know that you're using the card a lot, and it's going to show them that, you know, you are very responsible. You're using it and you're paying it off. You can also use it and let it get close to your credit limit. Let the balance get closer to your credit limit. You know, like if your credit limit is $500, you know, you could use it and let it get close to $500, pay it off. You definitely want to make sure, if you have a low limit, that if you have expenses where you can use your card for the month, use it a lot, pay it off, and if that usage is more than your limit, so if you have a $500 limit but you've used $800, $900 you know, worth of transactions on the card because you used the card, you paid it off, right? Then I think that's going to make it easier for them to justify giving you a credit limit increase. Another thing, though, to consider when it comes to credit limit increases is that you don't want to request a credit limit increase if it's going to be a hard inquiry. So when you're considering get your credit limit increase and you call them up, whoever it is, ask them if it's going to be a hard inquiry. If they tell you yes, I would just apply for another card with that particular bank. So when it comes to Navy Federal, I would wait about 4 months from the last time that you got your card. Wait 4 months minimum. 5 months is good. 6 months is good. And just apply for another card. You'd be surprised to know that you'll get approved for a higher limit than you would get a credit limit increase, right? So you'll probably get a high credit limit for a brand new card than you would get a high credit limit increase. So, you know, you're probably going to get like $3,000 on a brand new card versus would you get a $3,000 credit limit increase? All right, so hopefully that helps. Tony says, hi, I have a car loan I pay on time for 2 years. I have no credit cards. I only have debit Visa card from my checking account. My credit score is 679. What credit card can I start with? Well, since you already have a credit score, I think you can start with pretty much any starter type credit card, but I would say Discover It because they're solid. I would say the Chase Freedom card or the Chase Freedom Unlimited because it is solid. You can go to the Discover website and see if you're pre-qualified. You can go and get maybe an American Express Blue Cash Everyday card. You can check to see if you're pre-qualified at the American Express website. So that would kind of be my suggestion. If you're not pre-qualified for any of those cards, it's absolutely okay to start with a secured card. And then once again, there is a bunch of different secured cards that you can get. You can get the Discover It secured card with Discover Bank. You can get the Bank of America Cash Reward secured card with Bank of America. You can get the Navy Federal if you can have that relationship with Navy Federal. Their secured card is really good. Citibank secured card. There's a bunch of other secure cards out there, but the ones that I mentioned are definitely a good place to start if you don't think you're going to get approved for a credit card, right? If you're not pre-approved by checking the website. Ed says, secured card limit 500, due date is 14th, closing date is 17th. If I make a purchase of $20 on the 15th, is the utilization amount percent the bureaus would see? Thanks. Great question, right? So like technically, depending on your closing date, right? So like whatever your balance is on the closing date is what the utilization is going to be, that's going to be reported. So if you have a $500 limit, okay, and you have a $20 balance, your utilization once it's reported will be that $20 balance, right? So that $20 will be your utilization for the $500 credit limit that you have. I personally wouldn't worry about the details of that. You know, I wouldn't get hung up on that. The only time you need to really worry about your utilization and what that is when you know that you're going to apply for new credit. And if you know you're going to do it, you want to make sure your utilization is in a good place for at least a month and a half, which gives it time to report to the credit bureaus so that your credit score will reflect that. Put it on the table says, how do I build my FICO score for a beginner? I have a secured card for now. You just build it by using the card, paying it off, and letting time do its thing. Okay. Once again, the most important two categories in your credit score is payment history. So paying all of your bills, not just your credit card bill, paying it on time. The second most important thing is your credit card utilization. So once again, I did kind of allude to this throughout this video. The lower your credit card utilization percentage is, the higher your score will be. So if you only have a credit limit of $1,000 and your credit balance is $600, you are using 60% of your score. 60% of your utilization, your overall limit, and your score is going to be lower. Whereas if you have a $1,000 credit limit and your credit card balance is $10, you will be using 1% of your overall credit limit, which means your score will be higher. So just keep that in mind. It's not something you should freak out about, but just use the card, pay it off, be responsible. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up in this video yet, please smash the thumbs up. We have 87 viewers here and 87 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up in this video. G Dobbs says, hey, morning, just stopped by to say hello, to listen to more of the great content, and of course, I'm sure you're saying that beautiful smile. G Dobbs, you're always so consistent talking about my beautiful smile, and I'm gonna consistently say that your check is always in the mail. It's always a pleasure to have you in the building, especially someone that's always offering kind words. I appreciate that. Latoya says, thank you. That was very helpful. Absolutely, Latoya. Thank you for having the confidence to ask that question. That's what this whole community is all about. Thank you guys for smashing the thumbs up. I see we're at 92. Let's go. Let's get to 100 before we end this joint. But I really appreciate you guys. This is the place and time that I have asked questions. Jane's HS Diary says, hey guys, happy Friday. Thanks for stopping by, Jane. It's a pleasure to have you in the building again. Mr. Mentor, you too as well, sir. Thanks for stopping by. Says happy Friday, everyone. Nixon says, what's up, Duane? I'm late, but back again on your live chat. My question is this. I was pre-approved the Chase Freedom Unlimited. The offer expires at the end of September. My credit score is 725, but afraid for the hard pull. Dude, there's nothing to be afraid of. That is a solid card. And the fact that they have that 5% back on grocery purchases for 12 months, and it's $12,000, right? You're going to be able to get 5% back on groceries. That is a cashback category that is only offered normally for 3 months, right? So 5% back on $12,000 is actually $600. So in the first year, you have the ability to get 5% cash back on $12,000 worth of grocery purchases. That's a no-brainer. And then, of course, that Freedom Unlimited card has a 1.5% cash back on everything else. So don't be afraid, man. I would go for it. If you want it, go for it. Let's see here. Christina, thanks for stopping by. I haven't seen you in a while. Christina says, hello, Duane. Still learning and taking notes. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Thanks for stopping by. Danny says, hey, Duane, just made it. Happy Friday. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. I know that you were in the live chat yesterday, so thank you for stopping by. Michelle, I hope I said it right, says, I'm currently working to repair my credit, and I've been increasing. I have no credit card, but my credit score is in the low 600s. Should I try for a secured card with Navy Federal or just wait? If you have an account with Navy Federal Credit Union, absolutely get the secured card. You know, put a minimum of $300, maximum of $500 in your savings account with Navy Federal. Get that secured card. Navy Federal is the best, and they're super generous. Get the secured card today. Don't wait. There's no need to wait. You know what I mean? Just do it. Just do it. All right? Just do it. Kassan, what's up, my brother? Says, cello, everyone. Late but here. It's a pleasure to have you in the building, my man. Guys, we need 6 more thumbs up. If there are 6 people that haven't smashed the thumbs up in this video, please smash that thumbs up so I can feel happy and like today is a success. T. Saunders, what's going on, bro? Haven't seen you in a bit. Says, hi, guys. I'm late, but about to rewind so I can catch up. Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to have you in the building. Kyle says, glad to catch this live. Kyle, I appreciate you stopping by, and thanks for taking the time to slap that comment on the screen. Once again, this is a safe place. This is the place you need to be if you're getting started with your credit. If you have questions about credit, certainly about your credit score and how you can maximize that and build it, whether you're building from scratch or rebuilding it. You know, it sucks if you don't have a lot of money to throw at the rebuilding process of your credit score. But if you don't have the money, you have to have the time, and you definitely have to have the knowledge. And this is a great place to start to get the knowledge, you know what I mean, and to be plugged in. Thank you guys so much for smashing the thumbs up. We already had 100 thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. I can feel good. I can go about my day feeling good. Friday was a success. James HS Diary says, quick update. I was finally able to get Navy Fed to refinance my auto loan after improving my relationship with them, and I'm now paying 1/3 of what I was paying with Capital One with the lowest AR offered. First of all, that is freaking incredible. You're paying 1/3. That's a big difference. That is really, really cool, and thank you for taking the time to share that experience. Once again, this is the power of us being here together and sharing our experiences. That is another thing that I really love about this community. When I think about the fact that people are sharing their own experiences and their own success, I mean, this is the epitome of that. So thanks for taking the time to type that into the chat, and that is really freaking dope. No wonder I can't sing Navy Federal's praises enough. Eddie, what's going on, bro? Haven't seen you in a bit. Says, what's up, Duane? How's it going, my brother? I'm doing extremely well. It is Friday. I exercised this morning, even though it was just 30 minutes, even though I pigged out last night. I took action. So I'm doing great, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Devin says, hey, Duane, how are you? Yes, sir. I'm doing well, Devin. Thanks for watching another live stream. I appreciate you guys so much. I love the return viewers, man. You guys warm my heart. When I see names that I recognize in the live chat, I'm like, Yes, I love it. You know what I mean? Like, I value that you guys value the channel. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate y'all stopping by. Nixon says, but I already have one and only one inquiry from November of last year when I applied for City Double Cash Card and got denied. I can't afford another hard inquiry. Did you mention something earlier? Okay, you were talking about the Chase Freedom. Okay, so I hear you on that, Nixon. I hear you on that, but the reality is this, right? You only have two choices. I mean, I'm sure you're going to be laboring back and forth with should you apply, shouldn't you apply? I mean, if Chase had a way for you to check if you were pre-qualified, being pre-qualified doesn't always ensure that you're going to get approved for the card. So if I were you and that card, you know, makes sense to you, you have until September, you said, right, for the offer to expire. So you got some time to kind of chew on it, you know. But, you know, man, I would just go for it. I mean, another hard inquiry or not, yeah, it's going to suck if you apply and don't get approved, but it's totally okay. You can apply, get another hard inquiry. I don't know how many that will be, right? You said you already have one, I think. So if that's just two hard inquiries, that's not that big of a deal, you know, because you could be denied for that card from Chase, and then you can turn around and be pre-qualified for an American Express card and get that, or a Discover card and get that. And those are great people to have a credit card with as well. B. Polly says how to clear up check systems that keep you opening accounts. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. Not exactly sure. I know check system is pertaining to banks, right? So like, you know, like how we have credit bureaus for credit stuff and credit cards and loans. Check systems kind of show, you know, your relationship with banks, especially if you had a bad relationship with a bank and if that particular bank has reported that information. Jesus says, is there any way to join Navy Federal without somebody being in the Navy? No, it's not necessarily Navy, Jesus. It's basically any military. It could be Air Force, Army, Marines, okay? So if you know someone in your family, or if you know someone, you know, whether it be a stepbrother or actual brother or stepsister, but if it's a family member that has military affiliation, you can kind of go through them to get an account with Navy Federal. It's not just Navy, all right? So I'm glad you asked that because that's important to know. B. Polly says, what's the best software for tracking your money, for keeping track of your money? Great question. I mean, there are a bunch of them out there. I think the best software is basically whatever you feel the most comfortable with. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking Mint, but there are a lot of different apps out there that kind of track your money as far as what you do, where your money goes towards. You know, it has like a pie chart or graphs that they'll show you where your spending, you know, have gone. You can link your credit card accounts, you can link your bank accounts, and it'll kind of show that. I know Mint off the top of my head. I can't really think of any others right now, but there are a lot of them out there. Mint is solid. It's something that I did sign up for. I don't even worry about it anymore. It's actually interesting because I used to be super OCD about like my spending and whatnot and keeping track, and I've been really loose. And by loose, I mean I just haven't been as OCD. I haven't been stressing myself about it and as detailed as I was in the past. I think I stopped being detailed around May 2019, which is, it's not a bad thing because I'm in a decent place financially, so I don't sweat it as much. But I always think about money, and I always try to be aware of like, okay, I'm wasting money on food. I need to chill. I need to pull back on this. So Mint is not a bad place to start. K Diggs 2 says, hey there, I'm new to credit and currently have a 720 score. Is it worth signing up for self-lender builder loan? No, absolutely not. You had a 720. It's not worth it at all. I mean, you're better off getting a secured card with a credit card company that you don't have a relationship yet with, and you don't think you're going to get pre-approved. I mean, not pre-approved. You don't think you're going to get approved, so you can get a secure card through them. You can always get a credit card from one of the places you want to get credit cards for, especially if they have a way to check if you're pre-qualified. You always want to do that. So I wouldn't do self-lender with a 720. There's no benefit in doing that. It's going to be more beneficial for you to get a secure card with a bank that you don't have a relationship with, that you want a relationship with. It'll be more beneficial to do that than to do self-lender. Renee says, hey, Duane, and happy Friday. I'm super late, but we'll catch the playback. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. It's a pleasure to have you in the building again. Thank you guys for smashing the thumbs up in this live stream. I appreciate y'all a lot. G Dobbs says, hey, Duane, I heard something about Capital One doing something major. Are they closing down? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. But then again, you know what's weird is that I don't. So oily right now. I don't spend a lot of time like just researching. Man, look how ashy my elbow is. I took that shower. I didn't lotion my elbow, guys. Oh man, that's tough. I don't spend a lot of time researching like what's going on financially, just because it's not that serious for me. I'll find out whenever I find out, but I don't know. I don't think so. My Shal says, would it be a hard pull on my credit? Don't remember what you're asking about, my Shal. I don't remember if you were talking about Navy Federal. Okay, yeah, you were talking about Navy Federal. Yeah, I mean, it will be a hard pull, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it's Navy Federal. It's a secured card. Go for it. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I mean, it's going to help your credit score overall, and you're going to, establish that credit relationship with Navy Federal, which is super duper important. Annie Taylor says, hello, young man. Duane, long time. How are you? I have a couple of questions. When filling out an application for credit cards or loans, what income should we put down? Annie, thank you so much for that question. Thanks for taking the time to comment. I am doing well. And the best thing to do is to put down the income that's accurate. Now, some people do put down the collective income of the household, which I think is funny. So the best thing to do is to put down your actual income. Of course, you can always fib. You can always, blow it up, put more than you make. But I think it's always a good practice to put down the right income. I mean, if you're going to, lie, I definitely wouldn't lie on the exaggerative side, like where you're like it's totally inflated, like you make $40,000 a year, but you're going to put down you make 110. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to work. Diamond says, I have no idea what route to go with my collections account. All my credit cards are paid off and my score moved up. I'm trying to get to 650 for now. Added some items for good payment history. Yeah, when it comes to collections, Diamond, it can be tricky. I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit. I think we talked about it on the phone a little bit, but it can be tricky. I mean, my thing is it depends on how old those accounts are. The only time I think collections are important is when they're going to delete it if you pay them. That's the only time I think it's important. But not everybody works like me, so I don't know. I don't know how to navigate that. Just, be patient, keep doing what you're doing as far as being positive, and, like the positive credit and relationships you already have, continue to keep those relationships positive, pay those things on time, and so on and so forth. But in regards to collections, I feel like if you've already been paying on them, you're almost kind of stuck, because if you stop paying on them, you got to wait 7 years for them to get off of your credit report. You know what I mean? And that's going to be like messed up as well. So if you have the money to pay for it and you've been paying for it, I guess keep paying for it. If you have stuff on collections that's been on there for years, don't start paying on it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the worst thing you could do. I would just wait for it to fall off, to be honest with you. Devin says, last night I found a credit union with really low APR, found that Golden One Credit Union has credit cards with no balance transfer fees and low rates and rewards, just like Navy Federal. Golden One Credit Union. Let me see what that is. Golden One Credit Union. I can't spell union. I'm looking it up here on my screen. Let me share my screen with you guys here so you can see what I'm looking at. This I'm laughing at the little logo here. Golden One. It's pretty interesting. Okay. First of all, Devin, thank you for taking the time to share that information here on this channel, man. I really appreciate it. Like I said, that's what this community is all about. Okay, I guess I can probably take a look at this at some point and kind of see, you know, but here is the deal, guys. When it comes to like different banking opportunities and credit cards and stuff like that, if the credit cards and the banking opportunity makes sense for you, go for it. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a well-known bank. If it makes sense, then absolutely go for it. So, okay, I'm clicked on credit cards here, and it says they have the Platinum Rewards card as low as 7.79 APR. That is actually really good. That's a little bit lower, I think, than Navy Federal. And of course, the credit limits range from $500 to $30,000. That's really nice. 3% on gas, groceries, and restaurants. So that is very similar to Navy Federal's more reward card. Devin, this is a really, really good share, man. This is really freaking awesome. That's legit. Then there's a Platinum Reward cards for students. So limits will be between $500 and $2,000. Same kind of deal with the cashback, 3% on groceries, gas, and restaurants. That's actually really, really huge. That is a very, 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 very big deal. If I didn't have a million inquiries, you know, I might be inclined to kind of test it out and kind of see what happens. I wonder where these guys are from, like where they, you know, headquarter is, or where the, you know, they have the most branches, or basically where, you know, the company started from. Devin, I really appreciate that, bro. I'm going to have to look into that. Let me see here. Let me get the video back up. Cool, Devin, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That looks pretty legit. I'm definitely digging the 3% back on gas, dining, and groceries. That's a really freaking solid card for sure. And especially if you don't have to meet requirements like you do to join Navy Federal, that's going to be a golden one. You know, you saw what I did there? Golden one, golden. Okay, all right, never mind. Nixon says, okay, K Diggs. He was talking back to K Diggs. James HS Diary says almost 20,000 subscribers. Come on now, what are you doing to celebrate? I'm really probably not gonna do much of anything. The subscribers thing is always a bit tricky for me, because YouTube does what YouTube does, and YouTube promotes whomever they want to promote. I don't necessarily think that my channel is one of the channels that they're promoting hard. And by promoting, I just mean putting my channels in front of more viewers, putting my videos in front of more viewers. And the YouTube thing is always interesting. But it is a big deal to have 20,000 subs. I'm excited just because I can remember back when I didn't have 20 subs, you know, or back when I didn't have 200 subs. I started the channel back in March 2018. And it's been a treat. This channel and this platform has been insanely incredible to me and for me. And it's great to be able to provide any kind of help and knowledge to people that are watching or even researching, right? They come across the channel because they're researching, which means that they have taken, you know, at least the first step, which is to get informed. You know what I mean? Like they're taking action to better themselves. So Jane, I appreciate you taking the time to slap that in the comments. You're right. I am going to have 20,000 subs. I think I'll be more excited once I have 100,000 subs, because you get a plaque from YouTube. You get a silver play button. Silver? I don't know. I don't remember what it is. But you get a plaque, and it has your channel name, How to Build Credit TV. It says, congratulations, you have 100,000 subs. I think that's going to be a bigger deal for me, and it's probably going to be a while before I get there. But I'm up for the journey, and you guys are here now, pre 20,000 subscribers, and also pre 100,000 subscribers. So it'll be interesting, to say the least. Tip says, hey, I started with a secured card with Navy Federal in May. I have been keeping utilization between 1% and 7%. Got approved for 5,000 Go rewards yesterday. Yay. Tip, congratulations. That's freaking awesome. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Thanks for taking the time to share, because I know I haven't seen you before. So awesome. Congratulations. That is really, really good. And you got a $5,000 credit limit with the Go rewards yesterday. That is freaking awesome. That's the type of experience I'm looking for my son to have once he gets his credit card going. Tip says, what product change do you recommend once my Navy Fed Secure goes Graduates. When they graduate your card, it's going to be graduated to the more rewards card. So you're going to basically have 2 more rewards card. For the secured card, though, I would just probably let it graduate to the more rewards card, and then do a product change from your current Go rewards to the more rewards. I wish you would have contacted me before, because I would have told you to apply for the more rewards card from Navy Federal and make sure you get the sign up offer. They have a 30,000 bonus points sign up offer. I think you have to spend $3,000 in 3 months. But you know, it's kind of gone now. We can't really do that. When you product change, they're not going to give you the sign up offer. But that's the card that I would do a product change to. B. Polly says, what do you think about the Quicken code going public, stock symbol RKT? If you're talking about like Quicken Loans, I'm not sure who you're talking about. I haven't even looked at my stocks today. It's not even going good. So that's another reason why I haven't looked at it. You know what I mean? Man, I'm looking at it right now though, because I just wanted to type in the ticker symbol RKT. Oh, Rocket Companies. Okay, $23 right now per share. Oh, snap. Okay. Wow, they have 78 million the volume today. Okay. Did they really start this week? August 6th? Like that was yesterday? Oh, sweet. Okay. So they started at $18 and they're already up to $23 right now. That's not bad. I mean, I think it makes sense. I don't think it's something I'm going to invest in necessarily, but they're a good company. They're a solid company. And I know that they're definitely one of the top 4 companies when it comes to loans and mortgages. So Kassan says, I have one new hard inquiry with Comcast account, not from my doing. How's that possible when my credit is froze? Yikes. Dude, man, that's really effed up. I don't know. That's a good one. Because I remember I had a hard inquiry for something. I don't remember what it was. I want to say like an AT&T account, and it definitely wasn't from my doing. And I still haven't frozen my my credit. I haven't frozen my credit. So that's disheartening to kind of hear that you experienced that. That's kind of stupid. You said identity theft is real, credit fam. Be extremely careful. Yeah, for sure. And I hate that for you, man. Mr. Patel says the big news with Capital One is they were fined $80 million yesterday for data breach of their system that accessed data of 106 million cardholders in 2019. Jesus Christ. That is big news. Man, like, I mean, and that's a big number. 106 million cards? Yikes. I hope none of us are in there. The Drunken Sailor, thanks for stopping by, says the route I took was applying for Capital One secured card and a self-lender account. Those 2 accounts brought me from no credit to 700 plus in about 8-9 months. Hey, thanks for taking the time to share that and share your experience in the chat. Once again, it's insanely powerful when people talk about their journey, just so other viewers and people that are in the chat or watching the replay back can see that. So thanks for taking the time to share that, Drunken Sailor. Vape King says, I have heard of credit card companies asking folks for proof of income even years after getting a card, so be careful. Okay, be careful fibbing. Yikes. Yeah, it's always weird to say, like, when people ask me, well, what kind of income should I put? And it's like, well, you clearly should put the truth, especially when you're just starting off. You know what I mean? Like, it's always good to tell the truth all the time. Like, everybody knows that. Like, that's just 101. You know what I mean? Jorge says, my wife added me as an authorized user on her business Inc. Chase. It's been 3 months and it doesn't show up none of the credit bureaus. I hopefully just give it some more time. 3 months is a while though, for sure. Hopefully it'll start showing up pretty soon. Golden One is in California, Sacramento area. Cool. Thanks for telling me that, Jesus. Like I said, I did not know where Golden One Credit Union is. So I guess it makes sense. Golden One, Golden State, right? So I appreciate you letting us know. And he says, Duane, Navy Federal is a hard pull when applying for their credit cards. Do you know if they pull for secured cards. They do pull for secured cards. Yes, they pull for everything that you do with Navy Fed. As a matter of fact, Navy Fed will give you a hard inquiry if you get a secured card. And then if you try to increase the limit on the secured card, it's also a hard inquiry to increase the limit. So yes, they do. Last name Bennett says, is it true that you're not supposed to use more than 20 to 30% of your credit limit? How does that work? Is that per purchase or per billing period? So when it comes to the utilization, it's not something that you need to freak out about. Just know and understand that the higher your utilization is, the lower your score is going to be. So if you only have one credit card, or it doesn't matter how many cards you have, let's say your overall credit across all of your credit cards, your limit is $1,000. If your balance is $800, you would be using 80% of your overall credit limit, okay? That is not going to be good for your credit score. So your utilization and what that percentage is important if you're concerned with having a high credit score. So what that means is when you use 80% of your overall credit score, your credit limit, your credit score will be lower. But as soon as you pay it off, your credit score will be back up. It's just that simple. So if you're using 80% of your credit card utilization, your score is going to be low. If you're using 8% of your utilization, your score will be higher. If you're using 0%, it'll even be higher. So just know that, and just know how that affects your score. Once again, that's the importance of this community and this channel. Thank you so much for that question, and keep it coming, man, if you have any more questions. Oh wow, Golden One Credit Union is the largest credit union in California. That is really, really cool. Nice. Maybe I need to pay them some attention. I have a cousin that lives in California. Danny says, it's me again, just listening to the stream today, answer some questions I would never ask but need to consider. You got this. All right, cool. I'm glad that we answered some of the questions that you had but never asked. That's the beauty of being able to just sit through the stream, and even if you don't ask a question, you can still get questions answered, because of course there's people that can ask questions that benefit you. John says, inquiry are part of the credit game. Yeah, absolutely. You were probably talking to the gentleman that was talking about getting a hard inquiry for getting the secured card with Navy Federal. And you should totally get the secured card with Navy Federal, bro. Danny says, I guess you were saying you've been on the channel before, but it's cool. I appreciate you being back on the channel. Like I said, I don't remember seeing that profile pic. Let me see here. Devin says, I thought of it since my mom had like a car loan, I believe, with them, and you only need $1 to join. Cool. Sweet, man. Sweet. Danny says, oh man, I'm going to buy a trade for the Quicken. It's very interesting. Like, it's interesting to kind of see the start of somebody starting to trade, publicly, or when a company does that. That's really, really cool. I'm curious to see where it's going to go. Of course, it went up since it opened, right? Because, of the hype. It would have been cool to have some money to throw at that and kind of make a quick profit. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. Annie was saying Golden One is a very good credit union. It's in Sacramento, California. I had an account with them many years ago. Also, Safe Federal Credit Union is a good one too. I'm from Sacramento. That's how I know. Cool. Very cool. Ronald says, so I have some medical bill on my derogatory marks. Do you know or know anyone that knows what's the best way to pay them and to get them off of your credit report? I don't. There's how to build a 800 LLC. I know that he was kind of doing some credit repair stuff, and I think Cakeology as well may do some credit repair stuff. So you may want to reach out to them and see if they can help. Alonzo, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate seeing you again in another stream, my brother. Bennett, yeah, you're welcome, man. Absolutely. Alonzo says Chake Inc. is a business card. It does not report to personal. Well, of course, yeah. I hopefully that person that said it hasn't reported yet. I hope they're not talking about personal credit. I think they were talking about business credit. But yeah, that's a very good point. Kaya, thanks for stopping by. I haven't seen you in a bit. Says, can you tell me how long it takes for your card to come from Discover It, and how long how long did it take them to give you an unsecured? I should know this already after watching your videos. Well, maybe you haven't watched my videos in a while, Kaya. Well, honestly, you should get the actual credit card 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, definitely no longer than 2 weeks. I feel like I'm saying 3 to be safe, but you should get the secured card in probably 7 to 10 business days of getting approved for the card and putting the money in the account. Now, as far as getting promoted to the unsecured, it took me 14 months. I think they start to review your account after 8 months. It's either 7 or 8 months. That's when they start to review your account. So when it comes to getting a secured card, I would not put more than $500 with them, just because you don't want your money tied up for a long time. So I know it took me 14 months. I know other people have had a secure card with Discover card for 18 months, so just know that your money could be tied up for a while, but it's all good because Discover is good, and you can maximize that card to get the cashback match that they give you during your first year. Kaya says, oh, is it illegal to get a credit card with Discover with your EIN? I don't know how you can get a credit card with your EIN because it won't ask for EIN. It'll ask for your social. So I don't know. I mean, if you did it, we're not talking about it, right? So let's not talk about it if you did it. Kenneth says, what do you think of Self-Lender? I think Self-Lender is good. I think it's a good tool for people that view it as a good tool. I personally would not do Self-Lender. I would always do a secured card, but that's just because that's something that I've done. That's the route that I've gone, and that's the route that I would suggest because that's the route that I know more about. But I think Self-Lender is pretty cool still, nevertheless. Kaya says, I'm always here, just don't talk. All right, cool. It's always a pleasure to have you in the building. As long as you're smashing that thumbs up, I'm happy with that. K Diggs says, thanks for the insight on self-loan. I'm going to sign up to have more variety in my credit mix. My goal is to get a Chase card. All right, cool. Very cool. I mean, the credit mix is not that big of a deal. It's only 10% of your score. But if you see value in doing that, absolutely you want to do that. Absolutely. Sweet. Listen, if you guys haven't asked any questions yet and you're watching the stream and you have a question to ask, please don't hesitate. Now is the time and place. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up in the video yet, please don't hesitate to do that either. Now is the time and the place. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell and turn the notification to all so you can get all the notifications when I upload videos and when I do live streams as well. Once again, if you have questions, please ask. I'm about to wrap this thing up. We're going to all have a good weekend. This is probably going to be the last video that you'll see from me until Monday. I do have another video that I have not edited yet, but I probably won't upload it tomorrow. So I'll probably just be back again on Monday, 7 p.m. Central for another How to Build Credit TV live stream. Make sure you guys ask me a question if you have it, because I'm going to be ending the stream in about the next 30 seconds to a minute. G-Dob says, hey, Duane, I had to answer a call. Now it's asking a question about Capital One credit. Are they closing down? So yeah, somebody mentioned that Capital One basically, I think have a lawsuit or something like that. I don't remember. Something about $80 million for 106 credit cards or 106 customers' information. Mr. Patel put it on here. It says the big news with Capital One is that they were fined $80 million yesterday for a data breach of their system that accessed data of 106 million cardholders in 2019. 106 million is a lot of freaking people, man. That is scary. That is real scary. All right, let me see here. Alonzo says, how has your relationship been with Citibank? My relationship has been decent with Citibank. I had 3 Citibank cards in my lifetime. One from back in college that I totally ruined. And then I got a secured card with them in 2018. The secured card was promoted after 9 months to the unsecured Diamond Preferred. I did a product change after a year. So like it was promoted in 9 months, and then after a year, I did a product change to the Citi Dividend card, which I have right now, and my limit is $450. After a year of having my secured card, I applied for the Citi Double Cash card, which I got approved for with a credit limit of $4,500. I don't have the card anymore. They closed my account because I had authorized users on the card. They didn't like it. They closed my account down. It hurts my feelings. That's been my relationship with Citibank. I am afraid to apply for another card. I got a lot of inquiries anyway. I have between 7, 8, or 9 inquiries, so I'm definitely going to be sitting still for a while. But Citibank is all right, man. I mean, they're nothing special. You know, I would much rather go Discover, Chase, American Express, you know, maybe even Bank of America. Citibank is all right. Definitely US Bank too. Josue says, I've been wondering if I get added as an authorized user on someone's card, do I get the history or the credit utilization? It depends. Not all credit card will give you the credit history. So one of the cards off the top of my mind that does not give you credit history is American Express, but it does give you the relationship with American Express. If you've never had a relationship, you do get the overall credit limit reported to your credit profile, which can benefit you. But it doesn't give you the history, right? So there are other credit cards that you do get the credit history, the payment history, and you also get the overall credit limit. So the big thing with the FICO 10 scoring model is that the credit history thing is not going to be as much of a big play that it has been in the past when it comes to being added as an authorized user, because FICO 10 is going to give them the ability to look back up to 30 months on your credit profile. So if you're added as an authorized user in the month of June, and then starting in the month of June, all of a sudden you have credit history for the last 6 years with this credit card company, supposedly FICO 10 is going to kind of, you know, they'll be able to kind of see that, and it will not necessarily affect your credit in a good way like it normally would without FICO 10. So in general, it's still okay to get the credit utilization or to get the available credit limit, because that's going to help you lower your utilization and keep your utilization low. And it will also help you get a relationship with that particular credit card company that you're being added as an authorized user. Bennett says, thank you. Have a great weekend too. Yes, sir. You too, for sure. Devin says, have a nice few days. See you on the next live stream Monday. Yeah, you will see me, my brother. Ronald says, thanks. I'll look into their channel. Enjoy the weekend. You got it, my brother. Joseph25 says, my credit score just hit 806. Joseph, congratulations. That is freaking dope. My credit score has never hit 8 anything. So congratulations. That's awesome, man. Thanks for taking the time to share that here in the channel. Big Doggy says, hey, Duane, you should think about do a chat about recovering from bankruptcy. I mean, yeah, but not necessarily something that I had the experience of, right? But certainly sure that applying these methods that I talked about in this video about how to build credit from scratch would help somebody. Vape King says, thanks for the good show info. You got it, man. Thanks for the show. Good info. Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking time to share that. Dion says, what do you think about Credit One American Express card? I don't like Credit One in general. I would stay away from it. It's not an American Express card. It's a card with Credit One. And yes, it has the American Express logo, right? So it's not a card that is from American Express directly, right? It's really from Credit One, okay? The best way to explain that is like a Bank of America card that has a Visa logo. So the Visa means that you can use this card where Visa is accepted. The American Express logo on the Credit One card means you can use this credit card wherever American Express is accepted. So, yes, sir. Josue says, the person that can add me had high utilization when Corona hit, always paid on time. So good history there. Now the utilization is low. Would this be good for my credit history? It would be good for your credit history. I mean, when you're an authorized user on someone's card, clearly whatever they do is going to affect you. So if this card goes back to having high utilization again, even though you're going to have the payment history, the high utilization will affect your credit as well. I'm not saying that like to discourage you. I'm just saying it to inform you. Whatever they do on the card will be reflected on your credit report. So if you jump on somebody's card because you want to get all this credit limit, but they're using 50% of their limit, it's going to be reported that 50% is being used, and that's going to affect your credit as well. DGKJ says, hi, I'm new here and I just got my first credit card in February. I got a score of 697. Is there a way to increase it to 700 or does it just take more time? It does take more time, DJKJ. It does take more time, but one of the things that you need to make sure that you're aware of is the fact that whatever you're utilizing, whatever your credit balance is on that particular credit card, the lower your balance is, the higher your score. So right now you're at a 697. So if your credit utilization is like 10%, when you pay it off and your utilization will now be 0%, it may bump your score over to the 700, right? So you're at 697. That's one way, okay? But in general, time will help your score get higher, but just understand the importance of what the amount of your balance is on your credit card affects your credit score. Okay, so if you have only one credit card and you got $1,000 limit and you're using $800, you're using 80%. That's affecting your score negatively. Okay, if you were using 1%, that's gonna help your score be higher. So just kind of do some research on that if you have no idea what I'm talking about. That'll help you real quickly and easily. Ronald says, how often should you ask for increase on cards? Great question. I think it depends on if the credit card that you're asking for the credit limit increase. If they do a hard inquiry, then it may not even make sense to ask for a credit limit increase, because I think it's better to apply for a new card with the same bank than it is to ask for an increase and get a hard inquiry. If it's a bank that does not do a hard inquiry, it's a soft pull to get a credit limit increase, then I would say minimum, 6 months. Some people will say, oh, I request a credit limit increase every 6 months. Whatever. All right. And it may work for somebody, but I would say on minimum 6 months. So 6, 8, 10, 12 months before asking for an increase. But during those 6 months, use the card a lot. Don't ask for a credit limit increase if you only use the card like twice. You know what I mean? Like that's not the way to go. All right. So hopefully that advice helped. Jose, come on, my brother. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Dropping that comment says, what's up, Duane? Have a good weekend. Thank you, sir. That $20 will allow me to have a better weekend. I really appreciate that, Jose. It's a pleasure to have you in the building, man. Josue says, thank you. You got it, man. Absolutely. Diamond says, have a great weekend, everyone. Yes, Diamond, you do the same. And Joseph25 says, woohoo! Yeah, you're talking about that 806 credit score. That is freaking dope, man. Michelle says, thanks for all the info. Have a great weekend. I will. Dion says, thanks for the feedback. Yep, you got it. Eddie says, for credit line increase every 3 to 6 months from opening. Yeah, there you go. So you got some more feedback on how frequently to try to get a credit limit increase. I think with the credit limit increases, like I said, it's just really, really important to be using the snot out of the card. You know, as close as you can get to your credit limit as possible is always good. And I don't mean like, you know, if you have $1,000 limit, let $800 sit on your card. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you can use your card as much as possible, and you know, if you're paying for this and paying for that every single month and your usage is over the $1,000, so you're paying for it and paying it off. Let me be clear about that. You're paying for it and paying it off, right? And then your usage is going to be over the $1,000 because you keep paying it off and paying it off and paying. That's a good place to start to get credit limit increases moving forward. Guys, once again, if you have any questions, now is the best time to ask. I'm about to wrap this stream up. I want to thank all the people that have smashed the thumbs up. You guys are insanely awesome. Thank you to all the super chats. There have been quite a few of them. I thank you guys so much for the super chat. It's always a privilege to get super chats. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the live stream. Like I said, I will be back again on Monday, 7 p.m. Central for another How to Build Credit TV live stream. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, be sure to hit the thumbs up on the way outside the door. It's been a privilege and honor to serve during this lunchtime live stream today. We did a 2-hour joint. I mean, goodness, we did a 2-hour live stream. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Once again, if you have any questions, now is the best time to ask. I'm gonna stick around for the next 40 seconds so we can get to a nice even round number of 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? If there's not anything else, man, I really appreciate you guys. And of course, I will see you guys next week. I will be back on this joint on Monday to talk about, you know, our favorite subject, my favorite subject, credit. Eddie says, have a good one, Duane. Peace. Yes, sir. It's a privilege to have you in the building, man. Thanks for showing up again. I appreciate you, my brother. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Spend time with your family. Do some relaxing. Hopefully I'll do the same. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Once again, my name is Duane with How to Build Credit TV. And I approve this video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.